Today let's take up redemption of debentures, and the topic that we will do today is redemption of debentures by conversion. Now first of all, let's try to understand what redemption of debentures by conversion means. Normally when the debentures are issued, the debentures are redeemed after a fixed period of time. Let's say 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be, right? Now there are certain cases in which the debentures can be converted into shares or maybe a new class of debentures. So basically here it means redeeming the debentures by converting them into shares or new class of debentures. So these debenture holders who want to exercise the option of conversion are not paid back the amount as such, right? What redemption for them means is their debentures are redeemed by converting them into shares or maybe a new class. So supposing someone is holding let's say 10% debentures, right, redeemable after 5 years, right? Okay, now here there is an option to convert the debentures in case there is an offer in between. So supposing, let's say, the company gives an offer to these debenture holders, and they take out a new issue of debentures. Let's say here I mean the company takes out a new issue of debentures, let's say 12% debentures, right? Okay. Now some of the debenture holders who are holding this 10% debentures may feel that the 12% debentures are more beneficial to them, and conversion into these 12% debentures is a profitable thing for them, right? So they can convert into this. Or else if the company says they are issuing equity shares, right, and those debenture holders who want to convert their debentures into equity shares can do it, right? So those who feel that they want to convert into this category, they can shift to equity shares, right? Now here we call them as convertible debentures, right? There are two classes of debentures. One is called a convertible debenture, one is called a non-convertible debenture. A non-convertible debenture means the debenture holder cannot convert this debenture into shares or a new class of debentures. He has to stick to the original debenture that he had purchased, right? Okay, that was issued to him. In case of convertible debentures, there is an option of conversion. So now what we are concerned about is the convertible debentures. So here we can write a convertible debenture gives the debenture holder the option to convert his debentures into shares or into shares, let's say, or a new class of debenture at a later date, right? Now, first of all, let's look up at the cases where the conversion, that is, the debentures are converted into shares, right? Now, when the debentures are converted into shares, these debentures can be issued at par, that is, redemption at par, right? Okay, let's not put it this way. I'll put it when the shares are being issued, right? Okay. The new shares are issued at par, premium, or discount. So all these three cases are possible. So first of all, let's look at the journal entries and then we will take up some examples for this. The topic convertible debentures is very important as far as your exams are concerned, and in the lesson of debentures you will most probably get a question on this convertible debentures. So this is something which is a very important topic as far as your board exams are concerned, right? Okay, now see, first of all, let's look at this, the journal entries. Now, the redemption, if the redemption is at par, right? If the redemption is at par, then we have this. Supposing, let's say we have a 10% debenture, so we write something like this: 10% debenture account debit to debenture holder account, right? If it's a redemption at premium, then we will have 10% debenture account debit, right? Then we write premium on redemption of debentures account debit to debenture holders account, right? Now the next thing is, when shares are issued in place of these debentures, right? So when the shares are issued, I'll write it like this: issue of new shares or debentures, it can be debentures also, right, at par. So now let's look at this. We'll write debenture holder account debit to share capital in case of shares, and if it's a debenture then we will write debenture, whatever, supposing let's say it's a 9% debenture, so we'll write something like this. In the normal cases which we have done earlier, when the debentures are redeemed, we write debenture holder account debit to bank account. That is, they are paid back the money, right? In this case, instead of paying them the amount of their debentures, we are issuing share capital, we are issuing shares or debentures to them. So if it's a share, it will be share capital. If it's a debenture, it will be that new class of debentures, right? This is the entry in case the new shares or debentures are issued at par, right? Now let's look at the second case, in which issue of new shares or debentures at a premium, right? Now here the entry will be debenture holder account debit, right, to share capital account to securities premium reserve, whatever is the amount of premium that will come, right? Okay, now the third case is issue of new shares at discount. So the entry is now debenture holder account debit, discount on issue of shares account debit to share capital. Okay. So these are the three cases in which the new shares can be issued. So depending on how the new shares are being issued, whether being issued at par or at premium, we'll be doing this, right? Now one more thing which I'd like to put here is the number of shares to be issued. This we have done earlier also in issue of shares for consideration other than cash. It's the same way here. The number of shares to be issued is the value of the debentures, right, for which the conversion is to be made, right? The value of the debentures being converted, right, that divided by the issue price of the shares, right? Issue price of the shares. So supposing we say that a company is redeeming, let's say, 1000 debentures, right, of ₹100 each, by converting them into equity shares of ₹10 each, let's say at par. Okay, fine. Now in this case it is 1000 into 100, right? 1000 into 100 is the value of the debentures, which is 1 lakh, right? So the number of shares issued will be equal to 1 lakh divided by 10 rupees. That is equal to 10,000 shares, right? So this way the number of shares will be calculated. If it is at a premium, then obviously whatever is the value of the premium, that will be added to ₹10, or whatever is the face value of the share, and we will divide it by that. Issue price means the actual amount for which the shares are issued. If it is issued at ₹1 discount, so 10 minus 1. If it is issued at ₹1 premium, then 10 plus 1. That is what is called the issue price, right? So in today's session we have seen this redemption of debentures by conversion, and we have understood what is redemption of debentures by conversion, what are convertible debentures, right? And we have seen the journal entries. This redemption being at par and premium, this will be a general entry, whether it is not concerned with the issue of shares here, right? So these two entries will come when the debentures are due for redemption, that is due for conversion or whatever, right? And here these are the journal entries when the issue of shares is done, at par, discount, or at premium. Okay. So with that, I'll end today's session. Bye.